Yo guys, it's Eternal Hokage here, aka the unprofessional moron. Basically, I messed up with my camera like before recording the video, and something happened, and during the video a lot of the times, it's gonna bug out for some reason, so I apologize. This is the first time this happened, hopefully the last time. And anyway, we're here for the Boruto discussions. Again, I'm really sorry. Let's get into the video, and yeah. In case you haven't read the 21st chapter of Boruto, I'm gonna have it in the description below. I'm also going to have my review for the chapter. So with that said, I think we can start with the preview discussion for chapter 22. Alright, so at the end of the 21st chapter, it basically says something like Ao's trump card will approach Boruto. And obviously a lot of people are speculating different things, but I think that most of us will agree that this will probably be the Byakugan. I want to say a couple of things. So first of all, I think Ao's Byakugan could be very, very powerful. Even more powerful than it was presented to us in Naruto Shippuden, because he probably developed some new skills. Now, I'm going to tell you why I think so. Ao was the one who put Katasuki under the Genjutsu, right? And this is just obviously a prediction that I'm having, but he probably did it with his Byakugan. Now, you might be thinking, how do you control somebody with the Byakugan? That never happened. It actually happened. When Kaguya's backstory was showed to us, the thing with, Hamura, Hagoromo, and her, it was clearly seen that she controlled Hamura with her Byakugan, and then she made Hamura fight against Hagoromo. Later on, Hagoromo thought that he killed his brother, and then he got the Mangekyo and the Rinnegan at the same time. Now, somebody could make an argument that that was a filler. Actually, Kishimura was involved within the writing of that filler, and in that filler, the three Otsutsuki members that are literally about to appear in the next arc of the anime, which was confirmed for April, appeared for the first time. I'm talking about Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Urashiki. So really, it's not a filler. The fact that it wasn't in the manga doesn't mean that it's not canon. It really shows the backstory of the final villain of Naruto, and it reveals a lot of things. And if Kaguya was able to control Hamura with the Byakugan, and Ao literally controlled somebody for an extended period of time, something tells me that it's gonna be the Byakugan. I might be wrong, but anyway, I'm sure that if the trump card is actually Byakugan, it's going to be very, very powerful. Because Ao is really hyped up to be this, strong villain. Now, I personally think that this could be a possibility. When I did, my prediction video for chapter 21, I also thought that we might see Jougan, because, Boruto would lose a lot of chakra because of the chakra blade or whatever, but it didn't happen. But again, I'm gonna say it again, I think his eye might appear in the next chapter, because that would be, very cool, because obviously we had the first round between Ao and Boruto. In the second round, they both used the same ninja tech arm at the end, and now Boruto destroyed his arm, and Ao pretty much has nothing else to do apart from the Byakugan. And I feel like if we're gonna see something new from Boruto, like in the first fight he didn't do much, in the second fight he was great, right? He pretty much fucked up Ao at the end, and I feel like dojutsus appearing on both sides, it would be very, very cool and symbolic. That's just how I see it. Now, obviously, at the start of this mission, Naruto told Mitsuki and Sarada, take a look, watch over Boruto's seal, right? Because Naruto knows for the seal that, Boruto got from Momoshiki. So I still think that in this arc, it might appear potentially at some point. Now, I want to say one more thing. The reason why I think Jougan will activate is because Kashin Koji is there waiting. Now, let me explain. Kashin Koji, right? He was testing Ao's loyalty to the Kara in the last chapter, and he's pretty much, I guarantee it, in the shadows watching everything, because he's good at, being unnoticed. I don't even know if that's a word, but anyway, you know, when he killed that old guy from the Kara, that old guy didn't even notice him. And also, we saw that in the last chapter. Kashin Koji actually knows for the conversation that Boruto had with Konohamaru, Mitsuki, Sarada, and Katasuke. So, you know, you're not gonna notice this guy very easily, so he's probably in the shadows watching. And since Kara is probably going to be the main villain group, I'm sure that at some point they need to know that Boruto has the Jougan, because Toneri in the anime said that Boruto's Jougan will either lead this world to, like, I don't know, destruction, or his eye is going to save the world, something like that. You get the point. And it is going to lead it to destruction. Momoshiki said it, those blue eyes of yours will one day take away everything from you. In the first episode, Boruto, as the narrator, says the age of Shinobi is over. Later on, Kawaki says it as well, but, you know, Boruto confirmed it, and you saw the Hokage faces destroyed, the Hidden Leaf Village destroyed, so it is going to be destruction. Now, why would it be destruction? Well, potentially because Boruto could be targeted because of that, because of this eye. And that's why I think that Kashin Koji will see his eye in this chapter. Potentially. Now, I could talk about this for a long time. I don't want to do it, but I'm sorry for the lack of examples, but I don't want to make this video too long. But Boruto is using a lot of concepts from Naruto. Basically, same concepts, you know, while, you know, adding something more to it. Okay, I need to give an example, right? I can't just say this straight out. Boruto's first mission, Naruto's first mission, they both had like a bridge involved. Later on, we get, you know, a ice style user. You know, in Naruto we had Haku, here we have Ryogi. Both have similar backstories. You know, it's very, very similar. These are just two examples that I wanted to give. But do you remember when Itachi and Kisame saw Naruto? And then they realized that one day they would, you know, need to go for him to take the Nine Tails. And, you know, Kisame was, for him, it was very important, you know, loyalty to the Akatsuki was very, very important to him because of the things that happened in his past. And obviously Kashin Koji is also, you know, he was testing out his loyalty, so loyalty is important to Kashin Koji. So we might get a similar situation where he will see Boruto's Jougan and he will get shocked, or Boruto's seal, because obviously we saw Kara, you know, they were looking at some seals in one of the Boruto chapters, like a couple of chapters ago. So I feel like they could pull off this similar concept. Now, maybe this doesn't happen in the next chapter, maybe in the next 2 or 3 chapters, because the pacing of the Boruto manga is very slow at the moment. And not because the manga is monthly, I'm referring to the actual chapters. Like, I mean, the last chapter pretty much just had like that second round, and no new info was added into it except for the fact that, you know, Mitsuki can use purple electricity, jutsu developed by Kakashi Hatake, the 6th Hokage. But anyway, these are just some of my main predictions for the next chapter. I do think that Boruto is eventually going to beat him. I mean, you know, we have Konohamaru, Boruto, Mitsuki, and Sarada up against... Oh, come on. I don't think that Kashin Koji will interfere, because he would probably kill all of them immediately. But he's a very mysterious character. I really wonder what is he going to do if Ao loses. Anyway, that was your boy on Hokage. Twitter and Discord links are in the description below. If you're new to the channel and if you're into Boruto, consider subscribing. Make sure to smash the like button. Comment down below. I want to hear your predictions for the next chapter. And that was your boy on Hokage, as I said, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.